Hola and welcome to the Briellealexxis channel. Guys, I feel like so much has happened since the last time I talked with you. I feel like it's been literally like forever. So first of all, first things first, look behind me. I got a new backdrop. It's glittery and sparkly and aqua. I love it. So that's a huge thing. I got my new manicure. Let me show you. Oh, check it out. Okay, so this nail has 3-dimensional flowers on it. My girl, Norma, at the nail box, sculpted these out of acrylics. So she actually created these, which is so super cool. I've been watching a new show on Netflix called Stranger Things. Have you guys seen it? Anyway, it's this really cool sci-fi show set in the 80s. Winona Ryder is in it. We haven't seen her in like a hot minute. It's like she was in Heathers and in Beetlejuice, and then she disappeared, and then and then she was in that movie where she stole some stuff from stores and said it was all like method acting. Right. Anyway, so it's totally fun and creepy, and watch it with somebody close by because it's kind of scary, but I love it. So there's that. Oh, I went to Sephora today. Y'all, oh my gosh, give me a minute. So I went to Sephora and got some new things. I have a new foundation, and it's literally like the foundation that I want to wear everywhere. I wear it to the gym, and so I look totally foolish wearing foundation at the gym, but flawless and foolish, honey. So this new foundation is YSL, so Yves Saint Laurent Touche Éclat Le Ton. Yeah, I'm convinced I said that right. Radiance Awakening Foundation. It's gorgeous. It's a little pricey, but y'all, it goes on like butter. So yes, yes, and yes, please. So today's video, enough of that chatter, but I wanted to catch you guys up. Today's video is a hooded eye tutorial. So I had girls say to me, when I put eyeshadow on and I open my eye, it disappears. So this is for my girls with those hooded eyes. If you feel like your eyeshadow doesn't really pop like you want it to, that's what we're gonna do, is create that pop on a hooded eye. So we're gonna get into it and let's get started. Okay, so to get started, I went ahead and did all of my face except for my eye makeup because this is a hooded eye tutorial, so I figured I'd go ahead and do the rest. But I will list the products that I've got on my face down below so that you can see what I used. Okay, so let's get started. So for our transition shade, and I know I use this all the time, but it's just the perfect transition shade because it's just kind of this soft brown and it's going to blend everything together. I'm using my Sephora Pro Crease brush in number 10. It's a fluffy brush. And I'm using my trusty Naked palette. I promise the whole thing is not going to be the Naked palette. I'm using new colors to you, but we are going to use the Naked palette for our transition color, and we're going to use the color Naked. This is important. You may be wondering, what is a transition color? It helps all of the colors blend together, but more importantly for a girl with hooded eyes, it is creating the illusion of a crease where there isn't one. But I want you to look at the difference in each eye. You can see this eye doesn't have the transition color and this one does, and you can already see that I look like I have more of a crease, especially if I deepen it up with the color Buck from the same palette. Let's really deepen that so you can see what I'm talking about. And you want to put the transition color in the crease and slightly above. See the difference? Okay, so the colors that we're using today are the Lancôme for Innocence colors, and they are mauves mostly. You can see this up close. Do you see how old that is? I've hit pan And you may be wondering, why does she use Lancôme all the time? There's a reason for that. So I was raised in a small town in the middle of Texas called Abilene. It's a really great town with really sweet people, but they don't have a lot of shopping there. And they especially didn't have cosmetics. No Sephora, no MAC, nothing like that. So we had a Lancôme counter. And the Lancôme counter was the coolest counter because the other counter was like Estee Lauder, which is where your grandmother shopped. So Lancôme is what I learned how to use, and so a lot of my supply is Lancôme. So I've learned how to make that work. So that's why I have a lot of Lancôme cosmetics. But I'm using these mauve colors because I've had a lot of questions about what eyeshadow colors look good on people with different eye colors. Mauves make almost every eye color pop. So if you've got blue eyes, green eyes, hazel eyes, brown eyes, mauves make them pop, and a lot of people don't think about those. So here's a little trick. I am just like you guys, and this eyeshadow has been sitting in my drawer for longer than I care to mention, and I want to use one of these colors, but it's a little bit hard on top. So what I do is I take the end of my fluffy brush, see here's the end, and I'm just going to go in and scrape it and scrape sort of that shell off. I know you guys are like disgusted at this point, but here's how to make your makeup last, because eyeshadow is literally, you could dig one up out of the ground 50 years from now and it would still be good if you just kind of scraped it a little bit. So here we go. We're scraping. And the color that I'm using for this, just use whatever colors you have. You don't have to have these colors. The color that I'm using for this is sort of a shimmery brownish rose. So this is not my darkest mauve. This is a shimmery brownish rose that we're going to put all over the lid. Okay. I'm taking it right up to the crease, but not above the crease. And then we're going to go back in with our fluffy brush and just blend any edges that we may have created with that color. We don't want anything to look harsh. Okay, and then we're going to take a brush that's designed for more of a not a dramatic crease, but a little bit more of a precise crease. And this is the Morphe M 412 brush. It's not as fluffy as my other one, and the bristles kind of come to a point. Okay, so we're going to dip that in this color, which is more like a cranberry mauve berry color. And this is going to be our definition. Okay, pay attention, because this is where the hooded eye thing is going to come together. What most people do is they put the color in their crease and they don't take it slightly above. You need to take it slightly above, otherwise it will disappear when you open your eye. This is going to help you. So watch. And then, okay. So hooded eye people need to take this color all the way across. Do you see how I'm doing that? All the way in. And we're taking this out at an angle to lift the eye. Now that's where we're starting to see the difference between the eyes. Can you see? Here and here. The eyes are starting to look a little more cat-like, a little more open. And then we're going back with our fluffy brush and just kind of softening. And then I feel like this color needs a little something. I feel like I'm missing something. So I'm using this color called Toasted from my Naked palette, and I'm just going to dip my finger in it and just press it kind of on the middle of my eyelid. And I just think that's sort of adding some shimmer, some pizzazz, some Something. We needed something. This is better. Yeah, there we go. That's what we needed. That's it. That's the magic. Some coffee to get through this. Okay. So, now we're going to do our brow bone and the inner corner. And I'm just using a little tiny brush. Just get you any kind of little tiny eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to use this color Sin from the Naked palette. And Sin is kind of a shimmery peach. Very, very shimmery, very light color. And we're just going to pop that underneath the brow to lift the brow. That's what that does. It visually lifts the brow. We're going to pop it on that inner corner. And that just makes you look more awake. Okay, now this is something different than what I've done in all of my videos. I always do a liquid liner on top, which I'm a huge fan of. I do like liquid liner on top. But we want this to be a soft look. We don't want anything that closes the eye. We want it to be a daytime look, something easy. So this time I'm just using a brown, just your basic brown eyeliner. You've got one of these that's broken or something in the bottom of your makeup bag. Dig it out, just a brown liner. This one's Lancôme, and it's called Black Coffee. It's just brown. So we're just gonna paint this a very thin line. Move my mirror towards me here, across the top lash line. We want to make it as thin as possible. I realize that when you're working with a pencil that's kind of like a crayon, it's hard to control it, but make it as thin as possible. And we're just going to flick it out at the edge. Nothing crazy. We're not doing a wing. That's not what this look is about. This is just about pretty open eyes. See? It's already coming alive. Now, whenever you use a pencil liner, you always want to go back over it with shadow. For a couple of reasons. For one thing, it's never going to be 100% smooth. It's never going to make this perfectly smooth line. For another reason, it makes it a little bit smokier, and it also sets it. So we're going to go back over it with a liner brush, and I got this in my Ipsy bag this month. This is my Luxie 215 small angle brush. And I'm just going to go back over this line with a brown shadow. Pick a brown shadow, any brown shadow, dark brown, and make your line as precise and thin as possible. The thicker the line, the more it's going to close in your eye. So you want it defined, not thick. This dumb palette does not stay open. That's my only complaint about this palette. Okay, guys, are you feeling adventurous? Because that's what this is about. This next move is about adventure. You don't have to do it. Your look will still be really pretty if you don't do it. But if you want to just take it up that extra notch, this is a secret for making your eyes look big and wide and doll-like. Those supermodel eyes, those almost doll-like eyes, just that pop white eyeliner. I like to use NARS Larger Than Life eyeliner. That's the color. It's just white. And it's called Long Wear because we're going to pop that on the inner rim, the waterline. Watch. This is the difference. Can you see the difference? How this eye looks more awake, wider than this one? All right, so now we're gonna enhance the bottom lashes. I think I'm gonna start out with this shimmery rose color, kind of that medium color that we have on our lid. And bring it, kind of to the edge of where we put our shimmer. And then I'm going to take that dark mauve that we used as the crease color and my precise liner brush. And I'm using my Old Faithful Lancôme Definicils black mascara and paint it on. And I'm not doing false lashes today because this is supposed to be an easy look to get you started if you're trying to figure out what to do with your eye makeup and you have hooded eyes. We can do things that are more dramatic down the road, but today I just wanted to get you started so you'd know what to do with them and you'd know how to start working with the eye shape that you have. Okay guys, that completes our look. My hooded eye girls are ready to hit the town and our eyes look big as a Bratz doll and we're ready to go. So if you liked this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Please subscribe, but more importantly, please share on social media, whether that's Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, whatever you use. Follow me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram. I'm starting to learn how to use Snapchat, but I'm a little bit slow on it. I know. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Mwah!